time after a VA employee sent emails to coworkers mocking veterans suffering from mental illness. Those emails were then obtained and published by the Indianapolis Star. Jessie Jane Duff is a retired gunnery sergeant for the U.S. Marine Corps and a senior fellow at the London Center for Policy Research, and she joins us now. Jessie, I want to show these emails because there are little pictures that go with them. They are obviously done during the holidays. Let's put up the first one. I'm having difficulty reading that. Self-medicating for mental health issues when a CNS has requested script. And then there's a little sign, which is the point of this, below that says out of Xanax. So, you know, this is the elf we see all the time at Christmas, and a nasty little, you know, out of Xanax. It goes on and on. This is the idea, though. It sounds like she's making fun of the people she's supposed to be serving.
Yes. Well, it's very offensive because the reality is that post-traumatic stress disorder, often known as PTSD, and depression are very common ailments that many returning troops suffer from. And I want everybody to keep in mind, the Veterans Administration did not recognize PTSD till 2009. That means all of our veterans prior to that time really suffered World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and other operations, and got no care.
Right, but Jessie, at issue here tonight, the social worker who's supposed to be taking care of people, veterans who have returned, who are trying to transition to a private sector life, a private life.
Yes.
And she's sharing these kind of emails with her coworkers. What do you make of that? What's your reaction?
It simply shows an absolute disgust on my part for their care of veterans. And it shows me that they're very aloof because they have not held her accountable until this month. In fact, until today. This happened back at Christmas time. So where are they in patrolling and policing their own? This should have been addressed at Christmas time. Instead, they're making a joke about suicide by having an elf hanging from Christmas tree lights killing himself. I just find that appalling.
We've got that picture, and it's one of these little elves from the holidays, and she's showing them hanging from Christmas tree lights. I just feel like, wow, if this is the attitude that's commonplace in this hospital, what kind of care are people getting?
I think it's just commonplace throughout the Veterans Administration. I hate to say that. I think there's many great healthcare workers out there within the VA who've done great service, but there's too many that have risen to the top for discrepancies and things of this nature that have really destroyed the morale of all veterans. Many veterans have told me on Twitter many times the VA is where you go to die, and they have got to abolish that mindset that everybody has about them.
Oh, that's terrible. Well, I can tell you that this employee, this social worker, has been removed from her post. Her name is Robin Paul, and she's on administrative leave. She's no longer working at that hospital. That's the good news tonight. But what needs to be done going forward? Because, you know, this is a very common problem, as you so expertly described.
Yes.
Depression, suicidal thoughts. How should these people be handled?
Okay, so they just recently passed a Veteran Suicide Prevention Act, but I want to see that law go into effect immediately. What really disturbs me is that the VA had to get assigned a law passed by legislatures last month to prevent suicide. Well, what they're going to do is be more efficient and effective, a one-stop shop where they can go onto a website. Also, they need to ensure that the $10 billion set aside for veterans to get private care is not reallocated into other VA programs, which the Obama administration 2016 budget is trying to do. Veterans should be able to get private care if they cannot get mental health care immediately at a VA hospital. So right now, I'm not impressed with what's going on. I feel that this healthcare worker is going to be on administrative leave until we all forget about her. We don't even know if she's going to get fired.
So here's what the Virginia Medical Center director said. The VA medical director sent the email message that was sent out by Ms. Paul is completely and totally unacceptable. We take great pride in the quality of care and the empathetic outreach we provide to the veterans that we have the honor of serving. Well, it's hard to prove it by the way people are acting, isn't it, Jessie?
Right. They should have done that back at Christmas time. It shouldn't take the press to bring it to their attention what they should already know. And let's see if she's going to be on administrative leave as long as Sharon Hellman was out in Phoenix, who was the director that had the 40 veterans die on her watch. Administrative leave for 6 months is unacceptable.
22 veterans a day. Estimated number of veteran suicides. 22. It's not
by the VA's own numbers.
Not acceptable. Jessie, thank you.
Thank you very much, Gerri.